I actually have a question that's kind of, I think a lot of people won't like it, but I kind of thought that it would be cool that the new terrain and all of that, all of the new terrain and that kind of stuff, I thought it would have been cool to integrate that more into a technical aspect of the game, not in the sense of graphics, but in this, like a tactical thing. Like I saw that there were like bushes and stuff that could, would stop it would create fog of war unless you passed through them. And I thought that something like that would be cool in a tactical sense, but I heard that type of stuff won't ever be in multiplayer.
No,
because
not
it
at all. That's
subtracts
not
from
true
it.
at all. No. All those things are in multiplayer. Zelnaga watchtowers, rocks and debris that block off areas. It's actually really cool. It does really change the gameplay and makes for all sorts of cool new tactics. The greatest thing, or actually the thing I suffer from way too often, is not paying attention to that backdoor entrance because there are rocks there. And then in come, the horde of guys while I'm out monkeying around on the map. So I think it adds all new dynamics. Plus there's a lot of new units with their cliff jumping or walking and things that catch you off guard. I mean, the tactics are very different now.
You should just get out there and play
absolutely.
Or see for yourself.
Yeah, I've heard some stuff, but then somebody told me that they don't plan to put it into the actual shipping multiplayer.
No, that's definitely planned. In fact, I think you'll see less of it in single player.
Cool.
But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of the game then.
And if you're in your base and hear a tapping sound, they're coming in the back. So go check that rock over there.
Because we're preparing only the Terran campaign, maybe some people feel difficulty to learn other races, the Zerg. Do you have any plan for those kind of tutorial for those other races?
We talked a little bit about this before, but effectively, we want to conquer. Single player is a great way to understand story and learn a little bit about the game, but we don't think that it really trains you for online play. And so we want to have some other tutorial system that does allow the new player, or just not the good player, to get an opportunity to learn enough about the races to get on there and feel more comfortable online, and even talk about some of the things that higher level players pay attention to, the idea of what a build order even is. So we're talking about what that means. Is it matches against maybe a progressively more difficult AI that talks you through it? Is it some video? Is it a combination? We're still talking about, we don't have it finalized, but it's definitely something we intend to do outside of the single player campaign. Yeah.
Why did you guys decide to take up the black hole in mothership?
I couldn't even tell you on that one specifically. We are iterating at such an amazing pace. It's hard to say from thing to thing, but even on our development team, all of us are working on the game and we're looking at this piece of work that we're trying to get done at any one time. And then we look back up and it's Friday, and what we do on our dev team is the designers are playing all the time, but the rest of the dev team plays Fridays. And so we look back up and we're like, oh my God, what happened this week? It's different. So we're just very iterative. I'm sure there's some really good reason why Black Hole felt too powerful. One, I know the mothership and some of the other big units were just feeling, we were having a lot of struggles balancing it as being, this is an end game unit. Once you get it, you can end it. Or if we made it dumbed down too much, then you felt like, well, why did I go get this big super unit that's supposed to end the game for me? So it was this interesting tightrope walk again. But
there is a cool spell on the mothership.
Yeah,
I don't know
Vortex.
if it's in this build, the area effects you see, the area effect crowd control.
Vortex?
Vortex.
Yeah, Vortex, which is kind of a replacement, and you can look at it, but it's basically, it disables a bunch of units, sucks them in to a black hole, basically, but now they don't die, they are basically in stasis. But you can kind of say, nope, you're not going to mess with me right now, and then you can work on microing and killing the other stuff that's there, and then they'll pop back in if you have enough energy to pop them back out again. So we're just, I honestly don't know the answer to that specific ability change.
In this build, at BlizzCon 2008, is the game speed turned down from the fastest?
It is fast. Yeah, it's fast instead of fastest. So we have normal, fast, faster. Actually, I don't even remember. Faster, fastest. There's a lot of various verbs, but there's five different sets, and we're on one notch down.
Okay.
Not normal.
While I was playing the Zerg, I found it quite difficult for anti-air capabilities against heavier units.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any ideas like return scourge or anything like that?
just did a pass post BlizzCon, I think, and we have changed the Queen's role slightly again. She's really heavy anti-air. The Hydras have gone tier 2, I think, now.
Corruptor's not working for you?
Corruptor's really good
Like
anti-air, but
those
You
are
don't
the
have a lot
sickest
of them
anti-air.
destroyed.
Yeah.
I tried Corruptors and like Hydras and Vedas, but if you don't have enough, like, they'll just get wiped out pretty fast.
Yeah,
Where are you going?
we even though we try our best to make sure the balance is.
Carriers or battle cruisers.
Yeah.
We try to make sure the balance is as accurate as it was close to this, but actually we've already changed the balance yet again. And what we have back there, Queen is much more effective anti-air now than what she was there. And I think, if I remember correctly, Hydras are also more hardcore now as well. So no plans for Scourge right now, but we're constantly looking at it. Yes.
Starcraft was very appropriate, not only for the one-on-one, but for the team play. So do you considering about the Starcraft 2 as a good game for the team play? So it's only small units and
Yeah, we do. We definitely expect StarCraft 2 to be played 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and people that just want to just like that don't have friends can do. We'll do random and that sort of thing. I think ultimately 1v1 tends to win out from an esport perspective because it's so pure, and you know that just that one person is really doing all of this. And when you start to upgrade to having teams, it's factors like he just got hit by both guys at the same time. It was just a timing issue rather than truly skill. But we're definitely going to support those and have ladders around them still as well. I'm just guessing that really the biggest one will still be 1v1. But yeah, we want it to work. Ultimately, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, the balance does, there's no way to make it perfect for a 4v4 match, but yet have it work at that 1v1 level. But we'll do our best to make sure, as we did with StarCraft.
Sorry. Either one.
Yeah.
What made you decide on the Terran campaign? Why Terran first?
You want to take that one?
I was doing so good, I didn't have to answer anything. All right. Well, the Terran one, we originally had planned as the first one. But also, there's a lot of people out there that, believe it or not, haven't played StarCraft before. So we wanted to start with the race that was probably the most accessible to a lot of people that may not even be like, gamers like we are, just, the casual gamer that may not know an RTS. They start up a game, and if they have this Zerg queen with blades and shooting out all kinds of stuff, they're like, what's this? I don't even know what that is. Or, the super highly intelligent Protoss might be a little bit too hard for them to grasp. The Terran, it has that sort of classic sci-fi feel, the Starship Trooper type, the Star Wars, the Star Trek. People have all kind of seen that in some aspect of their life. It'd be a little bit easier. And Raynor, he's a little more mellow than, say, Kerrigan. He's not going to bite your face off. Fail. So, people can kind of, I think, grasp that a little bit easier. It seems kind of the easiest way to introduce new people into StarCraft.
Yeah, and just to add to that, we also, started on that work there in the story mode. There's a ton of assets that are created for all this, and all the sets that you see, they take quite a while, and all the characters, and we started down that path first. It just made the most sense, really both from the aspect that Sammy's talking to and just from a development standpoint to really see this through. That's where we've begun our work. So.
Yeah, our friends are from China, and China has got a lot of gamers who are very excited about your StarCraft 2. What kind of plans do you have for the China market, and what kind of message do you have for the gamers in China?
Specifically, I think the biggest one I talked about a little bit earlier, which is we're very aware of connectivity issues in different regions, and that China has its own series of challenges, and we want to make sure that we can embrace that and fix those issues and make it a